Hello everyone, today we're doing a book review on Velvet Was the Night by Silvia Morano-Garcia. This book was published August 17th, 2021, and the genre is historical fiction, noir. I actually discovered this book from Barack Obama's 2022 summer reading list. It actually was a New York Times bestseller. The author also wrote Mexican Gothic and The Beautiful Ones. So, Velvet Was the Night is about a woman named Maite and another protagonist named Elvis. Maite is a secretary. She's a daydreaming woman. She loves engrossing her time in cheap romantic novels, and she is a hopeless lover. She doesn't do that well in her job. She's essentially average, and she's often compared to her sister, who her mother favors. Maite is a neighbor to Leonora, who is this beautiful young woman who is wealthy and very artistic. In the beginning of the novel, Leonora suddenly asks Maite if she can watch her cat for 3 days. And Maite, who is short on money, actually says yes, hoping to get some extra money to pay off some debt that she is in many of her bills. And actually, Leonora goes missing. So this is how the story opens up, with Maite actually looking for Leonora. And then her story actually becomes intertwined with Elvis. Elvis is a young man who found himself in fraudulent situations, ended up joining a gang at a young age. Elvis is also a music lover. He loves rock and roll, while Maite loves more of like Mexican jazz. Elvis is actually hired to go look for Leonora, and Maite is looking for Leonora because she wants to get this cat and her money. So the story is kind of about them back and forth in this really, really crazy journey in the 1970s in Mexico. During this time in Mexico, there's a lot of political things going on, and both Elvis and Maite are actually quite aloof to everything that's going on in the political protesting that's going on in the city that they live in. So it's a really interesting, fun story to hear how they are looking for this lost friend or lost colleague, also learning that the political situation is actually affecting their lives more than they anticipated. Velvet Was the Night is actually a very important novel because it is based on historical events that did happen in Mexico in the 1970s. There was a time where several students were incarcerated, abducted, and essentially murdered by the government during the Dirty Wars. During this time, there was hundreds or thousands of people that were actually injured and killed in an area known as the Corpus Christian Massacre. Also during this time, there was a lot of musical debates. Mexico, there was debates over American songs that can be played in specifically Mexican singing cafes. This was allowed for a while, but in the 1960s, everything changed. That was actually taken away. The government believed that the singing cafes were anti-nationalistic, so several of them were taken down in the late 1960s. Throughout the novel, Maite loved listening to lots of classical music and modern music at the time in the 1970s. She loved this song called Blue Velvet, and that's actually one of my favorite covers by Lana Del Rey. But reading this book, I actually learned that this is actually a cover and there was an original song. The original song, Blue Velvet, was by Arthur Prysock. Honestly, I give this book a 4 out of 5 stars. I just learned a lot more about Mexican history that I had no idea about in the past. I really like the character development with Maite. She was a secretary who didn't really have much ambition in life, but Elvis kind of saw her in a different way. Elvis's character, he was a young man who was in a gang, and that may look bad on the outside, but we learn more about why he joined the gang and how he wants to get out of that type of lifestyle and how in a way he may not be able to get out of it. So I feel like Silvia did a great job just humanizing these characters who may be seen as bad or mundane from society, but if you learn more about them, it humanizes them, and I thought it was a really great story overall. Shout out to Obama for putting it on his list, but also shout out to Silvia Garcia for writing this lovely book. I actually have a few more books from her catalog in my queue that I'm definitely going to get to and hopefully do a review on very soon. All right, everyone, thank you so much for watching this video. Please comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you.